Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BA. In this session I am going to tell you something about filter activity. Okay, how to use a filter activity to filter the content of a file. Okay, if you have a file like this, for example file name followed by the sheet name present in the file. For example 1.xlsx has sheet 1 and sheet 2, 2.xlsx has sheet 3 and sheet 4. Like this you might have any number of records, but any point in time if you want to filter this particular file, right, how do we do it? That's what I'm going to show you. Alright, coming back to the data factory. As usual, we need a lookup activity to look up the contents of a file. If we have similar content in a table, right, then we can write a query, select query by applying where clause. Okay, but how to filter from a text file, that's what we are going to see. Alright, so we use a lookup activity in the beginning to read the content of the file. So what I'm doing is I'm just pointing to the file which is present in my data lake storage. I'll show you how it is, and then we'll tell how to use the filter activity. Alright, this is how my file looks like, 1.xlsx and corresponding sheet names. Similarly 2.xlsx and the sheet names present in it. Okay, so this is the lookup file content. So how do we filter the data that we want? Okay, so add a filter activity, and then in item section we are just going to loop through the value of the lookup activities output. Okay, when you run this pipeline, right, you will get to see the output of the lookup activity. So while I run, you will understand. Okay, so condition is nothing but what we are trying to say is if we are looking for a particular file in the set of entries present in the lookup file, then what we need to use is item.file name. Okay, I'll run the pipeline so that it will be even more easier to follow. Alright, the pipeline is run now. So how my lookup output looks like is, we have the file name followed by sheet name as a array, JSON array, and the value attribute. Okay, so under this value we have the file name and the corresponding sheet name, okay, as an array. Okay, so this is how my lookup activity will bring how many ever records I have in my file, right? So those many entries will be there here. Since I have just 2, it is bringing me 2 records. Okay, so how do I hover over it? So I need to access file name and sheet name. If it is my requirement, how do I do it? Okay, that's what we are going to see. In the filter activity, I'm just in the item section, we are just pointing to output.value because lookup activities output is present in the value section. Okay, so that is why we are pointing in the filter section as output lookup.output.value. Okay, and how to filter the exact record that we want. So for that, what we need to do is, since we want a particular file name and its corresponding sheet names, right, so we need to pass on the file name as an attribute, as a parameter to the equals function. So equals function, it will take 2 parameters. So it will compare the entries and retrieve or filter the records present in the file. Okay, so in this case what we are doing is we are just trying to take out the sheet names of 2.xlsx. Okay, that's why I am passing 2.xlsx and the file name. Okay, for the file name attribute I am passing 2.xlsx and I want my result to be sheet 3 and sheet 4. This is what I am expecting from the filter activity. Okay, this is how we need to mention the expression. Okay, so after I have mentioned the expression, see how it has brought me the result. It has brought me just to 2.xlsx and corresponding sheet 3 and sheet 4. Okay, this is how we filter the records present in a text file or CSV file or JSON file or whatever be it, right? So this might be useful if you are working in such scenarios to filter the content of a file based on some conditions. Okay, so I'll post something similar to this as I come across. So if you have any doubts, you please let me know in the comment section, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I request you to subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting.